Once upon a time, Africa wasn't called the Dark Continent. It was the land of light, of kings, scholars, and cities that glowed with gold and knowledge. But today, when most people think of Africa's past, they think of slavery, poverty, or colonization. What happened? Why do we know more about ancient Greece than the empires that built Africa? This is the real reason Africa's history was erased. Long before Europe's first universities, Africa had Timbuktu, Kush, Benin, and Egypt, centers of science, mathematics, and art. The libraries of Sankore held hundreds of thousands of books, and the walls of Benin City stretched farther than the Great Wall of China. Africa was not behind, it was ahead. But that truth was too powerful for the colonizers to allow. When Europe began exploring and conquering Africa, they didn't just come for gold and land. They came for control of the story. To justify slavery and colonization, they had to convince the world, and Africans themselves, that Africa had no civilization worth remembering. So they rewrote history. Ancient libraries were destroyed, temples were burned, manuscripts from Mali, Nubia, and Ethiopia were stolen and locked away in European museums. African kings and queens were painted as savages, and European explorers were called discoverers, as if the people already living there didn't exist. For centuries, schools around the world taught that civilization began in Greece and Rome. But the Greeks themselves wrote that they learned from Egyptian priests, African teachers. Yet that truth was buried. Because if Africa was seen as great, then colonization could never be justified. You can't enslave a people you see as equals. So Africa's empires were forgotten, its heroes renamed, its knowledge claimed by others. Even today, artifacts taken from Africa, like the Benin bronzes, sit in European museums called discoveries instead of stolen treasures. But the truth cannot stay buried forever. Across Africa, archaeologists, historians, and young creators are bringing the real story back to life. From the pyramids of Sudan to the manuscripts of Timbuktu, Africa's past is rising again, piece by piece, voice by voice. They tried to erase Africa's history, but they forgot something. You can't erase what's written in the soul of a people. Africa's story was never lost. It was just waiting for us to tell it again. They wrote us out of history, but we are writing ourselves back in. Subscribe to uncover the real history they never taught you.